Weston back here with the Hidden Gibbon, and today's deck tech we have the Legion's Legate. Let's get straight into it. This is going to be starring Legate Lanius, Caesar's Ace, or Kaisar's Ace if you want to pronounce it in the Latin form. He is one of the Fallout cards. He's a character from Fallout New Vegas in Caesar's Legion, and he has Decimate. Whenever Legate Lanius enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a 10th of their creatures they control, rounded up. For you history nerds out there, I am. The reason they have them sacrifice 1/10 is because the Romans did something called decimation, reserved as a punishment for the Legion, where 1 out of every 10 soldiers was executed as a punishment. And then whenever an opponent sacrifices a creature, put a 1/1 counter on Legate Lanius. So as you might be able to tell, the main goal here is to get opponents to sacrifice creatures. Make our Legate Lanius big and get him to smash face. So, how are we going to do that? Well, first of all, we're going to talk about our bracket. We're only a bracket 2 today. Very cheap deck, very simple deck. Wanted to make something that could compete at low levels and is budget friendly at $376. So we have Liliana, Dreadhorde General. You're going to mainly use her to make zombie tokens and then to sacrifice, each player sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. So you're going to hopefully have some stuff to be able to sacrifice, which will then allow you to have Legate Lanius get pumped by the opponent's stuff getting sacked without having to sacrifice your own big stuff. So then we have our standard sack package, right? We've got Demon's Disciple, we've got a Cursed Marauder, we got Fleshbag Marauder, we've got Plague Crafter, you know. Those come in and they make themselves sack. And then we have like, Abyssal Gatekeeper, same thing. When he dies, each player sacrifices a creature. We have Archfiend of Depravity. So at the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player chooses up to 2 creatures he or she controls and sacrifices the rest. This is pretty good. You got to be able to protect them, though. We have Blood Artist. You know what Blood Artist does. We have Braid, so we can sacrifice stuff. We have Chain Devil. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a non-token creature. We have Gravelighter. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. If a creature died this turn, otherwise each player sacrifices a creature. We have Jury. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a 1/1 counter on it, and when it dies, deal damage equal to its power to any target. We have Mahadi, Emporium Master. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. Pretty valuable when you're going to be making people sacrifice things. We have Mari, the Killing Quill, which is whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile it with a hit counter on it. Assassins, Mercenaries, Rogues you control have Death Touch, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a hit counter from the card. That player owns an exile. If you do, draw a card, create 2 treasure tokens. We have Mayhem Devil in here. We have Merciless Executioner. When it enters, each player sacrifices. There's a lot of these cards. A lot of these cards out there. We have Mogus. We have Morbid Opportunist. So whenever one or more other creatures die, draw a card. We have Phyrexian Obliterator. We have Rakdos. We have Rankle. We have Shard of the Void Dragon, which... I don't know too much about Warhammer 40k. My friends convinced me to buy an Imperial Guard army when we were in high school. I painted it, and then we never played. So I don't know who this character is, but they look really cool. So he's a big 7/7 for 4 and triple black flying. Spear of the Void Dragon. Whenever Shard of the Void Dragon attacks, each opponent sacrifices a non-mana permanent, and whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield or is put into exile from the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on it. We have Sheoldred here to sacrifice things. Lord of Pain. Volgar Necropolis Tyrant, which is Menace. Whenever another creature dies during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on Volgar. We have Voracious Fellbeast, which makes people sack creatures. We have Wasteland Raider, which is like all those other things that makes you sack creatures, but it has squad, so you can do it multiple times. We have Zulaport Cutthroat. For sorceries, target player sacks a creature. Blasphemous Act, Blasphemous Edict, Damnation, Extract a Confession, Innocent Blood, Make an Example, Mire and Misery, Persist, Rush of Dread, Toxic Delusion, Vandal Blast. And then, for instance, we have Blood for the Blood God. I love this card so much. So much. I've gotten to blow somebody out with it before. That's why I love it. We have Consumed by Greed. We have Fake Your Own Death. So I put a few of these cards in here. So that way, if you sacrifice some creatures, you can bring them back. Heck, you could probably trigger on the stack this with like your Plaguecrafter or something. So that way it triggers twice. Feign Death. Hellish Rebuke. We have Liliana's Triumph. We have Sudden Edict. And we have Vona's Hunger, Not Dead After All, and Shieldred's Edict. Oh my, sorry. For artifacts, we have Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Jet Medallion, Rakdos Signet, Ruby Medallion, Ubrask's Forge, Tarian's Soul Cleaver, and Talisman of Indulgence. For enchantments, we're running Dictate of Erebos, we're running Grave Pact, and we're running the Meat Hook Massacre 2. Not the Meat Hook Massacre 1. So like I said, I wanted to keep a budget. And for our lands package, we're running a whole bunch of basics, and then some of the cheap lands that we can kind of get, right? We are not running fetches in here. We have some come into play tapped. We have some slow fetches, and yeah. Overall, I think this could be a very fun little budget commander. I have never seen anyone play him. I like the art for him. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games. I know, such a controversial opinion that one of the best Fallouts is one of my favorites. But I loved Fallout New Vegas. I never sided with the Legion, even though I'm a huge Roman history nerd. But nah, it is what it is. Anywho, I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.